I'm like a wolf in the night, and I'm changing here under the light. I feel the hunger in your eyes. I'll take a bite, I'll make you mine. You had your fun, but nice to know ya. Nice to know ya. Nowhere to run, I'm coming for ya. Keep coming back, come on.
Good morning, South Florida.
And welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Grab your coffee as we brew up the talk of the day.
From the latest scoop around town
to feel-good stories and messages of hope.
A few jokes and live calling.
Highlighting local businesses.
Discussing hot trends and news stories.
A dash of feel-good nostalgia.
I love those morning cartoons.
Keeping up with upcoming events.
Sometimes trying and delicious foods.
Weekly horoscope updates.
An occasional flying duck.
Some sparkle dust.
Don't forget my bell.
And my wand.
With our brew crew laughing on set.
So grab your coffee, your bagel, donut, or any breakfast as we get you up and ready for the rest of your day.
And don't leave us hanging. Give us a follow. Comment live or call right into the show at 888-994-4995 Studio B.
Whether it's a tip of the day or just to say good morning, we'd love to hear from you.
From Amp Media Production Studio, it's
the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show.
Dawn, where's the snooze button?
Freddie, it's time to get up. We got a show to do. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Hang tight, guys. Pressing the snooze one more time.
And it's time to do a show.
Morning time, snooze button.
Welcome to the morning show. The morning show is 20 minutes late.
But it's here. Josh, can you turn on those lights, please?
It's the show.
It's almost brunch. It's still the morning. It's 10 o'clock. I had a very busy morning. That's a little bit better. I had a busy morning. I went networking this morning with Teddy at 8 a.m. Hey. I was there before the kids.
But Teddy's not here.
She went home to get the rest of her stuff. She
So-
made it to the networking event and then had to go home and she's going to be here.
If you guys understand that logic off the air, you can explain it to me.
I'm not sure which home she went to. I'm hoping it wasn't her home all the way in 441 because that's way out of her way. If it's Michael's home, it's on the way here. If it's her home, I don't get it.
So when I go to a meeting, if I go home and come back the next day, and I tell you it's because of the meeting is good,
She'll be here.
I mean,
She'll
just
be here.
Just asking. I'm trying to learn the new way of doing things.
But you know what I learned is that everyone went to Zoom networking during COVID and they realized at some point it stopped working and now people have to vamp it up again.
Ramp it up?
People are trying to ramp up their business again and networking again because Zoom worked until it didn't. And then now you have to gather everyone again and start over.
All of that.
All of that.
All
This
of
group said they had up to like 35 people every month meeting and then
What they have
COVID
today?
came, 8. So you got to start again. You got to get the word back out there again and again and again.
I thought it would have been repetitive for me to go to the same meeting you and Teddy were
Good
going.
excuse. You
It's
just couldn't get up and
repetitive.
going.
I
You just couldn't get moving. You got a
I
haircut.
got up at 6.
Got a haircut last night?
No, 2 days ago, but
Oh,
thank
it
you
looks
for playing.
nice.
Thank you for playing. I got up to go. I got up at 6 o'clock.
And
I just, the heart is willing, but the
and at
body
9
wasn't.
o'clock, Casey texted me, anybody here? And I'm thinking, you're not here
I saw
yet?
him. I had to turn off the alarm.
He had to wait for you. How long were you waiting for him?
I've been waiting for like maybe a good 10-15 minutes.
Casey, I'm not here. I'm not here at 7:30 in the morning.
He got here. What time did you get here? 9, he texted.
You gotta see.
I got here
you
around
gotta
8.
turn his mic on.
I got here around 8:45.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're not here that early.
8:45.
Look, I'm an early bird. Once I go, I go.
He's still sleeping.
Not sleeping, but there used to be a time when I got here at 7:30, and there was nobody here, and it gets kind of creepy in here by yourself.
8:30 is good.
It's creepy.
8:30 is good. Well, congratulations to Josh. You have another music video under your belt. Nice job. I hear you got a couple more going. Congratulations to
Did you
on
find
that.
this one more challenging?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it didn't have a straight storyline like the other one, but I just added like a lot of random effects to it, make it look pretty.
The effects are very cool.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you: when you do a music video, do you have to have a storyline, or is it part imaginatory or imagination?
For music videos, they don't really have to have a storyline. They obviously, I mean, for music videos, they're kind of short films in a sense, but in another sense, they're just kind of eye candy, just to make you. It's supposed to show the emotion of the song, I think.
Well, I'm gonna have a challenge for you. I want you to do 2 music videos at once,
I don't know about that.
because I want to see how imaginative. What do you mean you don't know about that?
We need a new costume closet.
yeah.
Yeah,
If only I had my son's costumes left from growing up.
see, because he puts all the weight on himself. But there are animators and people in this room that can add pieces and parts, and I want to see how you do with that.
Yeah, I probably should have done that because I did the editing all to myself,
I
and
know.
it was rough.
And it changes your mind of thinking on other things when you do that, because you get yourself so involved with it that it takes away stuff.
You get tunnel vision on a project.
Well, the interesting thing is that I'm going to put in a bid for another job today, which is going to be, it's going to be bigger. So.
You told me, is that the one you told me about last night?
So that's a good one. That's a nice piece, and if we can get that one, it could be something big in the future. But I want to see how he handles it, so that when you talk to your coworkers and everybody contributes to this thing, because the work is excellent. I didn't have a problem with any of it, including the ending. I thought it was very clever. I picked up on it right away.
See, but I know Josh, and I know everything he does, there's a reason for what he does. He never just leaves something because he forgot to do it. There's always a
No, I
reason
knew he
for it.
did. I think it was a little too long, but it could be shorter. And Doc is coming in to showcase the piece on Friday.
Very nice.
So he's coming in. We are going on a field trip on Thursday,
It's tomorrow already.
which is tomorrow. That's going to be fun. And we got some stuff to negotiate with that studio as well. I'd like to incorporate that with something with a crew that we send out to do things there. We have to sort of balance out how we're going to do
Well,
it.
I think we're sending Ryan and Shay out today on the road to do some work on environmental science, things to do around South Florida with the kids. with families as we go into summer, because summer is right around the corner.
I'm so happy you brought that up.
And things that are affordable or free. That's kind of the angle I want to look at, because it's great to do shopping malls and things like that. What our other crew is doing, you went and did that. Let's get out and see what's available to do for free or little money.
Well,
like
I'm glad
museums
you brought that
and-
up because I was talking this morning. You know, talking to Europe, you got to do it at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And they are interested in what you guys are about to undertake
Yeah.
today. But we have to tighten up the bolts as to where you're going, why you're going, and we have to explain why you're there because we got to send it over.
We should go to some like nurseries and like farmer markets
For
Some-
kids? They like that stuff?
No, but it's just those are more of our local grocery stores that we can advertise.
Anybody in here has
Bed nerves,
young
maybe?
nephews or nieces like I have Rowan and anybody have anybody young? What those kids like to do besides Orlando? Anything that you think a kid would like?
All I know is my cousins like to play on their iPads and
I think
crap like that.
gumbo. Well, that's the thing. I want to change the focus of that and get people back out in nature. There's Gumbo Limbo. There's the beach. There's nature walks.
What's
There's
up
even
with
the,
that gumbo limbo?
even the Spanish River Library
We
has
gotta
a beautiful
advertise Florida.
walk. Right.
Right, but what I'm looking for is specific areas of interest for the younger minds. So they go, Mom, Dad, we want to go there. Like a cruise. Kids love cruises.
Yeah, but
they're
they're
on a big boat.
expensive. Right now, people can't afford groceries.
Not
Sorry.
talking about that. I'm just talking about what turns people on. Listen, cruises ain't hurting. If you look at the number of people going on a cruise today, they're doing really freaking well.
Yeah, but there's the haves, and then there's the people that are trying to raise their kids saying, we can't afford a cruise, let's keep the kids happy. So,
Okay, but-
Nikki?
There's events that go on, but like they're not like obviously not constant, but they're small events. Like I know there's like a food truck every second.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, so just like small. You just have to
See,
keep your eye
this
out. for
kid is
them.
good. She understands me.
I think City Hall has a food truck event every week.
Yeah. or
Let's
something
look. Let's
like
find
It's
out.
either Wednesdays or Fridays, and I think they even have it for lunch. So I was thinking that might be kind of cool
We
to
have
even
the
go out and check
investigator,
that out.
Casey. Now, I mean, they need to investigate spots of interest.
Right
What's
on
the name of
Palmetto, I
that
think City Hall
place
has something.
in Fort Lauderdale, the food, the ice cream parlor. What is that place?
Jackson's. There's Jackson's.
Jackson's. You been
I
there?
love Jackson.
Yeah, so,
somewhere near Miami.
You don't think your kids would love to go to Jackson's?
Jackson's is every kid's dream. Let me tell you, I've been there for 3 years, and the ice cream, it's flat out amazing. I mean, they give you a big portions of ice cream. You get free popcorn.
You ever been there?
We can all go
best.
to Jackson's, get the kitchen sink.
Oh yeah.
It's a ginormous
I used to
sink,
eat
and we
that.
all
I
get
can't eat
it.
it no more.
Oh well.
So
But
I was-
Jackson's is one.
Yeah.
The pinball that you used to hang out to that you love. We did a show from there. That's another one. You ever been to the
Anyone
pinball
been to
museum?
U-Pick?
No.
U-Pick, no, it's the U-Pick Strawberries for the girls. It's next to the
West
boys.
Palm Beach? Yes.
No, it's here
oh,
in
right by
Delray.
my house.
Yeah, there's the boys and there's
Yeah, I
the
went.
girls. It's like
I
a
went.
strawberry
I went.
picking farm.
I got bit by a bee.
But you didn't go with the right people.
Yeah, on my finger. I went to pick strawberries. And
Do you remember the time we were on the shoot and Linda got stung by a bee inside a senior
Yeah.
center?
I also remember the time you put a rat trap on my arm and my hand. But that's another place. The Boys and Girls is another place. And remember when we went to the girls or the boys and we went
Went
in
to
and there was the
Bambini's.
candy store and all that and they had the thing in the back?
We got to go out more. We're not going to spread our name out by just
Exactly.
sitting in here.
I know, but we have to do it. We have to do it strategic.
Right, so we're going to
Man,
send
this
different
kid is
crews out
amazing.
there and do it.
Amazing. Put a fence around her. But that's the part that where they're going to go out. They're looking for that data, and then we have to do something so that people will talk to you. Maybe fill out a survey. Maybe join the newsletter. Is what they told me. You have a great newsletter. You did a fantastic job, you guys. That was fantastic, and I sent it to him. He says just ask people for their info, email to join the newsletter, and that would suffice what they're looking for. And when I tell you what they deal with, you guys are going to be shocked. Some of the major hotels in Miami, they deal with major hotels. That's where we're going tomorrow, because I need a house for Miami. Because ain't nobody from Miami going to come here. Well, I shouldn't say that, but you know what I mean.
Absolutely.
So we can have some fun with this.
They're going to head out. You got the drone?
Yeah, I do. I
You
wrote
look
it.
up the rules.
When I get there, I'll just be able to request for clearance. So yeah, it should
And where's
be
your
all good.
drone?
It's in my car.
Doing
You
a
have
lot
a
of good
drone?
in there.
We talked about this.
How long ago?
Like a few months.
He doesn't remember what he had for breakfast.
No, yeah.
Yeah, we were in the same class
Yeah,
this
we're in the same
semester.
drone class.
You have a
Okay,
drone
you
and
guys
you
were in
don't
the
tell
same
me
class?
nothing?
Yeah.
Did you know she had a drone and you didn't tell me nothing?
He
either?
told me yesterday. He goes,
We
well, Nikki's
told
got a
you.
drone.
You were there when I told you too. Because I had to study for my FAA 106. I said I haven't gotten it yet.
Did
She
you get
doesn't
the
have her license yet.
Why
No,
not?
not yet.
Why?
You have your license?
I don't yet. I still have to take the test.
Difference between the guys and the girls. Hers is in her
Yeah.
trunk till she gets the license. He's like, I got to take the test. I'm sending the drone out today.
All right, so let's make it a priority to get the test because I want to use it.
Yeah.
Now we got 2 crews.
And then the other difference is there's no electric apparently at University Park, and 2 of our girls are home because they've got no power. But yet Ryan's here, and he lives there. So again,
Calling them out.
difference between the guys and the girls. Put on a hat, ladies. Let's go. Tina's got to put her lashes on. I guess I don't know.
You see,
I
I
gotta
don't get
tell you,
I don't get away with any of that
Tina
stuff.
is good. She sat here the other day and she said, I'm going to make a task sheet. I said, I appreciate you showing me what everyone's doing, that I know what they're doing. Can we do something more? And she did a whole thing on graduation that's going out in the newsletter, a special thing for everyone. She did an article. She did separate posts. Like, wow. But we decided to keep your fall graduation separate because I got you, I got Zaria. I'm sure there's some others, so we just focused on summer graduation.
Yeah. Plus, I don't have a graduation photo or anything.
Yeah, so we're
I was
gonna
like,
we'll do that in the
what
fall.
am I
We're not
sending you?
we're not pushing it too far along yet for you.
Tina is good. The problem is there's not enough Tina.
This is
Yeah.
gonna be
Tina's
even more.
tiny Tina.
I don't understand how she's gonna come in once a week or once every other week and do the task sheet.
Yeah.
All right, she'll tell me
Do you want to know why I assigned her that?
why.
Because I thought it was hilarious that the one who doesn't show up is the one doing the task sheet. Isn't that funny?
But she does the task sheet after
Nobody
the
ever
tasks are
slapped.
completed. Not like before. It's not as if she says, okay, Nikki's going to do this today. And it's not a morning task sheet of to-dos. It's after everybody's done the work. She tells me what they did.
She goes around asking.
I'm like, well, thank you very much, because we can just look when we transfer. I can see what everybody
She's a
did.
special. She
She's
needs to
funny.
have something special to do.
She's funny, though.
I try to get her in front of the camera. I try to do merch store. I try to do. She hates writing. I'm surprised she
really
did
good
that
job,
for
though.
you. I'm surprised.
It's all in the delivery.
It's not in the
Look, we
delivery.
matched today. We're just opposite. How do you like that? Who knew?
Opposite what? You're a
Colors.
female. I'm a male.
Is this black or blue, by the way?
Black.
I thought it was, but I wasn't quite sure.
Just
I
like
wasn't
the
sure what color shoes to wear.
black.
So I went with red. So I didn't have to match in case I was wrong. Look, you got the black hat, I got the white. We're just on an opposite
we're
kind of
red shoes?
situation.
I guess it goes up.
I know. What else we got going on for today?
Now that you throw me off my game.
So I went to this networking event this morning with Teddy, and everyone goes around and they share what they do. And I realized as I'm talking, because you can't possibly tell what we do in 2 or 3 minutes. We do a lot of great things in this studio.
What do we do?
A lot of everything between podcasting and shows and who we spotlight and what we do and Real Radio and Roku and podcasts with video and commercials. And Teddy says, oh, I created a commercial for Comcast and I was a host and we do this. And then people say, do you do podcasts? We do podcasts plus a whole lot more. That's the message we're going to get out with your stamp of cheesiness.
Do you ever wonder when somebody asks, I want to do a podcast, do they really understand what it is they want to do?
I don't know. I don't understand why podcasts are, maybe you guys understand. Why is that the pinnacle of what people want to do?
I don't want to say the person who changed the game for that is Joe Rogan, but it's kind of him.
But nobody that I've met is Joe Rogan.
That I know, but they want to be.
They assume they're
wanna
going to be
him.
Joe? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like becoming Mickey Mantle. I want to be Mickey Mantle. So if I hold a baseball, I become Mickey Mantle?
Tell me that's not a good name, by the way. Mickey Martin.
Yeah.
That's a baseball name right there.
Your name is Josh.
Yeah, I know.
You want to be a baseball player?
No, but I thought the coolest name would be Mickey Martin.
It would be called like Mickey Mantle.
Yeah,
No,
that's,
like the-
that's my inspiration.
Like
But then I got someone over here saying, "Oh, everyone's gonna think it's Mickey Mouse."
I think of Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
I thought you were living the vida loca. What's his name?
Ricky Martin?
Yeah.
Mickey, not Ricky. Ew.
Hey, Lucy. Can I tell you? Ricky Martin. That's when the first thing that occurred to me, you're going to dance around like living la vida loca. That was a big hit in the day.
Okay.
They're younger than that.
You
That's
look
not
a
even
little
a
bit
thing
like
for them.
Don't say that.
Do you know that you and Ryan look alike?
Yeah.
If you
We're
take
just-
off your glasses.
Yeah, we're two white
Take
men with a
off your-
beard.
No, not too white man with a beard.
Yeah.
Wow, you are white.
The beard.
I didn't realize that. But you look like your brothers. You
Yeah.
look like a younger
See, if
brother than
Casey had a
him.
beard, you guys wouldn't look alike.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I don't know.
guess.
Yeah,
You
I-
don't see it.
Yeah, I refuse to get a beard entirely. I'm not good with it on.
And don't get one.
Holy. You don't see it. You don't see that
You
they
don't
look
see
alike?
they could be related?
Well, you're a female. What do you know?
Are you on a roll again?
I'm going to shut up early. I'm going to shut up early.
Where's Karen? Karen's over there.
Karen, do you see them? Karen look like brothers?
I gotta take my head off. My hair's not good, by the way, but.
Take off your glasses.
God damn it.
What? Oh, yeah.
I can't see now,
Yeah,
but.
you kind of do.
They do.
You look related.
Yeah, they kind of do have a resemblance.
And there you go.
It must be a Latino thing. We think everybody looks the same.
Not all white people look the same.
White people look
I have to ask you
Yeah.
a question. Remember I talked about Yosemite and the crack? And you sent me something on Yellowstone and a fact
I
checker.
didn't think you were going to bring that up.
Why? No, is it true
Because
or not
It
true?
is true. It's false.
It's false.
There is
There's no crack.
Only crack is the crackhead
At
who said
Yellowstone
that.
or Yosemite? But you
Neither
wrote Yellowstone
one.
and I saw it was Yosemite.
There's a crack in Yellowstone?
No,
It
it's
was wrong.
It's one of those
Oh.
things that they put out
I was
to
about to
start
say, that
over.
ain't good then.
It's like I thought that a famous actor died the other day, so I had to look it
Oh,
up.
those are always on social media. So and so died. We're so sorry. And then you
What?
click it, and then
People die, like a famous actor.
Oh, no.
they tell you all weird stuff on social media.
Sylvester Stallone. They said that he died, so I looked it up because I like Sylvester Stallone. So I found this article that says the gossip, the BS about the crack, and she was talking about the crack all day. So I sent it to you to read it so you can stop saying around the crack. X-nay on the crack A.
Oh, you
Wait,
know.
then you bring it up.
But you got to fact check because you believe what you see.
I belong to everything. Everything. Like they got all over Trump because he was found guilty of molestation or whatever the hell.
Oh, yeah, that case.
$5 million he has to pay. So he says, I don't even know who the woman is. He must be going senile.
Apparently, his deposition was incriminating. 'Cause
He
they-
has a picture of him and the woman. So he says, yeah, that's my wife. No, that's
Yeah.
not Milana. That's the lady. No, it's not. Yes, it is, Donald.
He
And his
goes-
lawyer tells him, Donald, shut up.
He goes, I'm not attracted to E. Jean Carroll, whatever her name is.
Right.
She looks exactly like,
Like
his
Marla
ex-wife.
Maples, yep.
Back in the day.
Exactly.
Back in the day, she looked just like her. Exactly like her.
$5
And then-
million.
No, and then they played the thing when he was inside the trailer in Hollywood, and he was talking
Access
about
Hollywood.
how
I don't
he,
understand how he got president after that clip was released.
well, because they thought he was being a macho man. So they asked him, they said to him, well, he goes, yeah, well, that's true that I did say that, but most superstars are allowed to do things like that for the last million years.
Superstars, not presidents.
So they go to him, so you're a superstar? He says, yeah, I'm a superstar. So you're allowed to grab people's beep, beep, because you're a superstar. I don't remember that. Not that I'm a superstar, but I don't remember that any actor is allowed to grab a woman wherever he wants because he's a superstar. That's just stupid.
Yeah, he incriminated himself. And the attorney was on this morning and said, oh, we'll be getting that $5 million. We're going after the money.
Oh, they're going to end up putting it in court. She's never going to see the money. She'll be dead before they grant that money. They're going to put it through a whole bunch of processes. But the bottom line here
The thing is, they have to find an appeals court that deems it was wrong. You can't just file. You can't just go to appeals without.
right, you have to have, you have to have a reason.
So the appeals court has to actually say, yes, we see fault in this verdict, or there was something wrong in the trial or the case. It can't just go to
There
appeals.
was a question of law, and then they listened to it. But 9 out of 10 times the appeals go through. The funny thing about this whole thing, his ratings went up 2%. He's at 26%.
I don't get it, and we wonder why our country is where we are. look what we're even focusing on.
I don't get it.
If you could take a trip to one country, what country?
That's a good question.
What kind of trip?
Just a week getaway, and you can be the one place for a week, any time of the season too.
Italy.
Like, I would go. Oh, Italy. Okay.
Italy has a big boot, and you can go north to south. And the north is different from the middle. It's different from the south. You know the Papal States? They control the middle of Italy, the Pope and all that. The north is whatever, and the south is a little gangster because of Sicily. sort of.
I was thinking Greece, but I'm thinking Thailand. I want to learn about
No.
Buddhism. I
They
want to
take
see.
you to jail in Thailand.
I want to see the temples and Buddhism and understand that feeling of peace.
If you jaywalk, they take you to jail. in
But
Thailand.
just the sense of
Are you
peace.
thinking of Singapore?
I don't care
probably.
anything over there. That whole area.
No, but in Thailand,
A
they have
weekend, a weekend in Thailand, Singapore, any of those places. Now I jaywalk all the time. I'm from the Bronx. Those white line
But
stars
just
don't mean
the
nothing.
sense of peace and Buddhism, I think, would be fascinating to learn about.
So go to a Chinese garden or something.
No, but Thailand also has where you can take care of elephants and stuff.
You want
Like-
to take care of an elephant?
Yeah, you know.
They're looking for people at the zoo to wash them. You should go. They give you
They're
$2.
actually up in Gainesville. There's an elephant sanctuary
Yeah.
where
They need volunteers.
somewhere between around Gainesville, Ocala area.
They need volunteers. They give you a truck and this giant shovel
Yeah.
so that you can lay that stuff out.
We'll go and
Yeah.
film it.
At the elephant sanctuary.
Yeah, go film it.
Film
Actually, if
elephant
you go up there,
Good
we have another
story.
client. You can stop in and help him set up a studio.
Who's that?
Mike,
That's in
Lottie?
Ocala.
this elephant sanctuary is right between Ocala and Gainesville.
I used to live right by Ocala. I used to go up there to paintball.
Nice. Yeah.
That's where I go camping. in
Ocala.
It's beautiful up there.
I went shooting deer and stuff. I
No,
tell you
no,
the story. They put me up in a tree, and he says to shoot down. And I says, I ain't shooting these things. They may climb up here and beat me up. I said, no.
When you went to Lake Okeechobee, were there fun things to do? Just
No.
fishing.
Yeah.
Fishing.
There's probably was a lot of things, but we just went to the boat ramp, dropped the boat off, and went in the water. That's about it.
Is it true that Lake Okeechobee is a man-made lake?
Yeah.
You know what? I
What?
was thinking like Friday. I would like to visit Italy, but also I've seen Spain, footage of Spain.
Spain is nice.
And it's really beautiful.
Spain is nice. I went to the, what is it, the Maria, the Santa Maria, what are those three ships?
The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
Those guys. I went to.
Good morning.
I went to Spain, Barcelona. They're in the dock, and I went on them and I was taking pictures and all. that.
Really? The real ones?
I don't know if they're real. They look pretty good shaped to be real. They're probably replicas.
That's what I'm saying. I can't imagine that they sailed across, they found the America, and then they went back and they're in good
Columbus is.
shape.
They have Columbus on the
In St. Augustine as well?
pointing. Yeah. Not Augustine
In Spain.
in Spain.
Yeah, but Columbus came from Spain to St. Augustine.
You know, there's a big story about Columbus, and his brother's the one that really found the New World, and it's a whole thing. You got to read up on it. It's really interesting.
The Vikings found America.
But they don't get credit because they were gangster.
I don't think it was that. It was just because
Well, we don't have a Viking holiday. We have a Christopher Columbus
we
holiday.
do not have a Columbus holiday anymore.
We don't? They took it
No,
away?
They took it away.
When did they
Because
take
he-
it away?
Because he's a bad man. He did bad things to the Native Americans, to the Native people of this country.
Wow. Everybody did bad things to the
No,
Native
he-
Americans.
okay.
We took over the land. Of course we did bad things. All of us did.
Yeah,
Name
it's
one.
different because Columbus literally came
Wow.
in and he was like, let me just like.
You're picking on a guy who came over he was told by the king and queens to find new lands. What do you think? They were going to
He
be
wasn't-
hostile to him too.
He wasn't even looking for North America. He was looking for India, I think it was. And that's why he called Native Americans Indians.
And the Indians chased them off their
Oh.
land.
And the
Native
natives.
So he had to protect himself.
And the natives.
What about Manhattan Island? 4 beads and a chicken, and they got that whole island for that deal. That was horrible.
What?
The Indians sold Manhattan Island, the whole island, for 4 chickens and a couple of beads.
Okay.
You know that, right? And then they chased them off the island.
The only thing I know is we did the Louisiana trade and we purchased Louisiana for like only $5 million or something
That's
like
it. I think it was $500.
Yeah, it
It's-
probably wasn't even $5 million.
Back in the day, they used to make deals like that. That's the way it was done.
Everything.
That's why guns are everywhere, because in this country, when we came, you needed a gun just to go and feed your
Yeah,
chickens.
but guns now are different than guns
300
then.
years ago. 250
I'm
years ago.
sorry. I'm sorry. And if I went to, when I lived in the South Bronx and I walked down to the South Bronx, I'm going to tell you, it was like 300 years ago. It's like OK Corral. Everybody's
Yeah, but
shooting
even
everybody.
the guns when you grew up in the Bronx are different than the guns that are on the
Yeah,
streets
they're bigger now.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly the point.
I used to feel bad for the cops in Miami
so when
because
our
the bad
founding
guys.
fathers had rifles where you actually had to put the gunpowder in and
You had to
stand
clean
there,
the
right? A little
muskets
bit
from the
different than
top.
the AK-47s that are walking
Yeah,
around
but the
Walmart.
bad guys have semi-automatic 45s now.
Yeah, but do you think that's what our constitutional fathers meant?
I don't know what they meant. All I'm saying is the bad guys have guns and you don't want the good guys to have guns. I don't understand that.
I would like to go to Japan for cherry blossom season.
Do you know you can go to Washington, D.C. for cherry blossom
You
season,
can't go to
too?
Japan. It's under nuclear waste.
Huh?
It closed at night, Japan, because of that reactor that went up. And it's polluting all the fish. I'm going to tell you something. There's a major crisis in the Pacific heading to the Atlantic. Did you know that?
I know that there's a movie coming out about the guy that created the atomic bomb.
Oh,
Is that
Oppenheimer?
what you were talking about it?
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He never slept again after he created that bomb. What a freaking mistake
I
that
saw
was.
the trailer for that movie, and it says, what percent do you think there is that we will end human life? And they said
99%.
less than 1% or something like that. And they said, that's not good enough. He says, what do you want? He goes, I want 0% chance that we're going to harm human life. And they said, we can't do that.
No, that was
I didn't realize it was a movie. I didn't know what.
That was
where
the
you-
stupidest thing. And I'm going to tell you another stupid thing.
When's that movie coming out?
July 21st.
And I'm going to tell you another stupid thing is that AI robot. That's another stupid. That is disaster written all over.
People don't understand it. They just like things that
Then they're
that
making
are
robots.
easy.
Robots, people. I'm going to have a conversation with an AI robot.
Would it be
Don't
like
they
Wall-E?
have
We're all gonna be in our chairs and
Like Wall-E.
driving around.
They're going to be sending these robots into fighting wars now.
But
So they're
they
going to have an
already-
army of robots fighting each
Like
other.
Star
No
Wars.
more people. Like Star
Terminator.
Wars.
Don't
Terminator.
they already have like robots that can do everything?
They have drones.
They have
yes.
robots who could do everything if you program them. They're
They-
talking about things now that talk to you back because they have a brain.
We need these AI robots not for fighting wars, but when we have natural disasters like earthquakes and hurricanes where we can't get in the rubble and everything and find these people, we have the AI robots that have the strength to lift up these cinder blocks of whatever you want to and go search for these people.
Well, she said that she was hot. She was made to attack radioactive material, like what happened in Japan. Nobody can go into that zone, right? Chernobyl. Nobody can go into that zone. They can. Now, what happens when this computer or this machine goes into it? It's never coming out because you have to self-destruct it because it's going to be full of nuclear waste as well. But she says, I am trained to go in and work on nuclear reaction stuff. What's his name? Interviewed her. I told you the well-known guy. What's his name? What's the guy who's a motivational speaker?
Tony Robbins.
Tony Robbins interviewed her. I posted it. The funny thing is, why they pick Tony Robbins? But I guess because he seems to be an honest guy in everybody's opinion.
He's doing a lot more in interviews and a lot more for the world and speaking engagements, more than just motivational
It's
speaking.
just the thing with AI is it doesn't have human thinking.
She says she does.
No.
She'll tell you
'Cause-
straight. Look at the interview.
No. But it's like what you program it is it's what it's gonna do. So going back to the war thing, if you say attack people with just orange shirts on, and then I get dust or dirt on my shirt and it somehow turns orange, and I'm the teammate of this AI, it's gonna attack me just because it sees these spots of orange.
Well, according to her, there is a logarithm in there that what you ask it to do has to make sense with about 1 trillion bits of information that you've already plugged in. So she will not attack you with an orange shirt because it doesn't fall into the logarithm. She will attack an enemy if it threatens human life.
They can
It's
program
so
her with ethics?
complicated. Yes. And then she'll see, she caught herself in a lie. He caught her. He said to me, you told me you don't have feelings, but you tell me this is the way you feel about something. How can you do both? And she looked at him. She stared him right in the eye. And she says, you're trying to confuse me. Look at the interview. That's what I'm saying.
That's the problem.
It's an 8-minute interview. You're trying to confuse me. I know what I'm supposed to do. This is the way I'm supposed to. Look at the interview. It's in there.
Because that AI is probably 100 times smarter than any human being.
Absolutely. They got thousands of people that put information into it.
Especially with the advancement in technology, like
Yeah.
soon we'll be seeing flying cars.
It's already here.
Those are airplanes. I don't understand why.
They're already
Yeah.
they're already here. You know, there's cars that do 120 miles to the gallon, and they won't let it out because it would destroy the system. You only go to the gas station once a month. You know what that would do? Forget about it. They turn everything upside down. It's like I also tell you, I used to tell Latinos, if you go to the bank and everybody pull your money out for one day, look what happened to those banks out west.
Yep.
right? Because everybody started pulling the money out. You will default the country. You will default every country if you take your money out of the bank.
We had someone in yesterday, and she wants to do a whole show on cryptocurrency. There's 3D money, 4D money, and 5D,
5D
money.
money. Yeah,
You know
what's
this?
it?
What?
Tell me about it, because she was trying to explain it.
We didn't know what the hell she was talking about.
They're using 3D monies for the metaverses. The metaverse is a game, but it's like a real life. They're building their jobs on there. They're building movie theaters on there, or games on there. But when you play the game, you can have real money from that game. Like you can gain some coins of that game, and you can turn it to real money.
Wow.
Some
In the
of
metaverse.
Some of the countries are, besides like studying something, they're gaining money from the metaverses.
But then how do you buy in? If the metaverse is not a gold-based currency, do you still have to buy the metaverse dollar?
You buy it metaverse dollar, but when you have the metaverse dollar, you can change it to real currency. Like
Oh, that makes sense.
you put the bank, and then you can get the real currency.
That
on
makes
the bank.
sense.
Yeah, but would a dollar
Doesn't convert to a dollar.
That's what I was gonna say. Is a dollar in America the same as a dollar in Turkey in metaverse?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
I understand what she's talking about. So you're using 3D money to play the game and then increase your chances of making more money. And then when you cash it in, it's still going to have a dollar for whatever.
It's like going and playing gambling.
Yep. With fake money, it's real money turned to fake money, converted back
Just
to
take
real
your
money.
ticket, like,
What
take
about,
your-
what about like Coinbase, where you put your money into Shiba and
That's all
Bitcoin?
stocks.
And
That's a different. That has backing in it because
He's
you're
coming
using
on
real
Friday.
dollar. And we got a lot of people coming, but you know what the
Something
problem?
must be going on because all these people are coming. I don't know what's
I'm
going
gonna
on.
hide under my bed. I gotta tell you, the problem is this. Let's say that Ryan is an expert at A1 technology
AI?
and AI, and I keep saying A1, and he's an
Steak
expert.
sauce.
And I offer you $1 billion to turn it into a weapon for the U.S. military. Would you do it? $1 billion. I said,
so-
would it be?
There's a lot of other countries that are doing the same, so I would try to find a way to like get into it just so that I can make like a little fault and then destroy all of it. Because we don't need any weapon
But listen to
like
me.
that.
Listen to the question. I'm giving you $1 billion. I'm taking care of your family and your generations for 100 years to take what I need you to do. If you say no, it's no. But would you do it?
No, I want
You
it.
wouldn't. Okay. Would you do it, Josh?
It would.
But I do want to. I keep bringing it up. I hate bringing up sad things, but I do want to talk about AI again. OpenAI. This is from Vice City, and I talked about this last time from Time Magazine. And it's the same exact article basically, but it says OpenAI used Kenyan workers making $2 an hour to filter traumatic content on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So they will pay these Kenyan workers $2 an hour to look through terrible videos that mess with their minds for 9 to 5 job, or I don't know however long they work. But they have to look at these things every single day while we can just over here in America be happy. Type in, can you write this essay for me? And it'll pop
But
up
do
easily.
you know what $2 in Kenya means?
Nothing.
It means a lot.
Yeah,
It's
but
still
look
nothing.
Their programming. You need that? Oh, you knew that?
How much money is $2 in Kenya mean?
I mean that, like, when you get $2 from the game and you can change it for their currency, it's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
So they're trying to get in that game, and they try to play that game instead of working, because when they work, they couldn't make that money.
That's right. But remember, you can also lose the $2 in the metaverse. It's not guaranteed to make it. You lose it. Look what's happening in the borders. You got all these
it's-
migrant people.
It's not losing about it. If you can beat the game,
If you
just-
can.
You just get it, but you don't lose anything.
Oh, you don't lose the $2 to begin with? Well, that's even better. There's no loss factor. But look what's happening in the south, and the border.
And Mexico,
In
what's going
Mexico.
on in El Paso is a mess.
So now the Trump thing ends tonight at midnight because of COVID. You weren't allowed to come in because of COVID, unless you proved that you were healthy. That's gone. So the Biden administration now comes up with the third world thing. So if you want to come in, you have had to apply in another country first before you applied here. So let's say you wanted to come in, you had to apply to China, Israel, some other country first, then us. There has to be what they call a three-pronged deal. How many kids are they going to send? How many people are they going to send back? Everybody. Because if you're on this line, struggling to survive and eat, you think you had a chance to apply in another country?
I saw them interviewing all
It's the
these people that,
stupidest thing
that
I've
had come from
heard.
Venezuela, and they said it's better being at this camp in the heat with no food and no water
Then back home.
than being in Venezuela. They'd
Because it's
rather
so
be
bad.
in this camp with nothing than being in Venezuela.
And the leader of Mexico has the cojones to criticize Biden and says, your plan don't work. And he said to him, my plan don't work. This is your problem. Why isn't my plan working? Oh, they went at it. It was ridiculous.
It's a mess.
But it is the world we live in. The problem I have with AI is that it replaces people on all facets of our economy.
Yep, everything.
All, from thinking to doing to writing. They're thinking of bringing AI scripts now to replace the guys on strike.
Yep.
What
I
are you
told
freaking?
you.
That's the
Are you
problem.
freaking kidding me?
They just want the cheapest thing out there, whatever is quick and easy.
Yep.
So they're using it as leverage to end the strike. Can you imagine sitting at a table? See, I used to sit at these union bargaining things. There were like 25 people in the room. And you had to present it. The best presenter is the one that talks. Everybody else is just there with a notepad.
But at the end of your stage of life, wouldn't you rather be happy with everything you did instead of being happy with all the money you made?
No, because at the end of your life, you no longer care about how you feel, meaning the person, but it's how you leave your grandkids.
That's what
how
I think
you
he's
leave
saying.
everybody.
But that's what, yeah.
You're
You-
going to spread the wealth, and the wealth is the money. It's
no,
the question
but that's
I
why
asked.
we idolized this just paper
Currency,
thing, this currency that's all we strive for.
Listen, think of it this way. If you could take care of your mom for the rest of her life with one pen stroke or signing something, would you do it? I know what you're
That's-
going to say. It depends. I know. But would you
No,
do
it's-
it? Because if I have you thinking for 2 seconds, you're going to read it. And the bottom line here is that that's the normal response. It would be mine too. I got to think about what are you offering me to do? Because I'm going to take care of my grandkids and Freddie and Sarah and everybody else, everybody in here. I got to think about what you want me to do. Now, he said no to that deal.
Right.
At our age, would you say no?
Yes,
You would probably say no. I can't tell you I'm going to say no.
I would say no.
I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you I can't.
I'm just saying
I'm just being honest.
we've put the businessman on a higher pedestal than an artist.
It depends on what side of the spectrum you're sitting. I think the artist is a businessman. I've been trying to drive that point home for 6 years.
I would say no, because at the end of the day, my ethics are still my ethics, and I've told you this from day one. My name is my name, my ethics are my ethics, and every day. Am I perfect? Absolutely not. Do I make you guys crazy every day? Probably. But
But think
I
about
do it out of my heart
But think
because
about
I'm
it this
trying
way.
to do the best.
If you don't do it, somebody else is. That's number one. And if you don't do it for your country, somebody's going to do it for a bad country. Can you imagine if Iran came out with that?
There's no bad country.
If Putin came out with that?
There's no
There's just
bad country.
people.
But you got bad leaders. Can we say that?
Some yes, some no. There's some bad people that live in countries that aren't leaders.
North Korea now is talking about A1. You know what a problem that is?
AI.
We're going to send
AI.
him a lot of steak sauce.
Yeah.
We're going to do,
A1,
can you
AI,
do another
you know
wacky
what
pack
I
with him
mean.
and an A1 steak sauce bottle?
You
can
know
do
what
that.
I mean?
All right, we got to wrap this up. We got
That one really depressed.
we got the Reinvented Life coming to you at 11 o'clock. I want you to do a live hangout.
I thought we weren't
show.
doing that
I
today.
thought we weren't doing that. You just said she canceled.
We have to play her show though.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah,
not what she said.
No, I did the hangout last Monday.
Hey, you ran a tape.
I know, but I wanted to do. I kind of don't want you doing the tapes because I like the current event, the whole situation.
She
from
just
your
wants you to do it.
perspective.
Listen, you have to inform people that the hangout is part of the
I did.
is it
I did.
2020 because
I did.
what's his name, Mayor says, wait a minute, where's my show going to be on Roku? It's going to be under that channel,
2020
right?
network.
Under Brew Crew TV. That's what
Oh,
we
I
called
like
it.
So it's
that.
called- so
The
we have to
Brew
do
Crew
the
TV.
logos. I want to
Yeah.
work with him to do the logos. Do not disturb Josh. Because
Yes.
if I don't get these 9 in, then the Roku doesn't take them.
All right, let's do it. Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe. AI, not A1 steak sauce. It's not
AI,
brought to you by the
A1,
Brooklyn
you know
Cafe.
what I mean.
We'll see you in a little bit.
Don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Brooklyn Cafe Morning Show. My mug is empty, and you know what that means.
I think it means it's time for a coffee refill.
As we prepare for other shows here at the Amp Media Production Studios.
Tune in for more fun and laughs at 12 o'clock for our afternoon show.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe on our page.
Have a great morning, everyone. Stay safe and be kind to each other.
And don't be